Clerk, please call the roll. Today.
Calling the roll, Ms. Stevens? Present. Ms. Simon? Here. Ms. Baker? Here. Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Tuma?
Here.
Mr. Gallagher? Mr. Schron?
Here.
Ms. Conwell?
Present.
Mr. Jones?
Here.
Ms. Brown?
Here.
Council President Brady?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, is there any public comment this evening?
Yes, Mr. President. Ms. Sharon Hawthorne?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sharon Hawthorne. I'm one of the members of the county lawsuit, employee lawsuit. We've been waiting a long time for the county to justify fighting our lawsuit when we were unjustly had money taken from us. Our lives, including my life, has been disrupted. It's nothing like living a year and a half somewhere and then 1 month pay your rent, the next month you can't pay your rent, you gotta get out. You got car note, you got bills, you're homeless. It's a serious business, and I think you people think we're jokes. I'm a human being, and I work hard for the county. I just retired September of 2017, even though that was a mistake. I should have stayed at work. But this is unjust for you all to push back, have your legal team push back countless motions. And that costs money that's going to be laid off on our backs. And not only that, we're taxpayers. Everything everybody else pay, we pay. There's nothing you all do that we can't do and don't do. We just scuffle a whole lot harder. And I wish that you all will find it in your hearts, God-given, to do the right thing to the county employees who are fighting for our lives with this lawsuit. It's 7 years. When is enough going to be enough? Thank you for your time.
Ms. Tracy Morris?
Good evening. My name is Tracy Morris. I've been with the county for 26 years. We are here to remind you that we are members of the class action lawsuit against the county for our cuts in pay and extension of our work week. You should be aware that we will continue to show up with our signs at political events. We will not go away. We will be here louder and stronger. The county logo is Together We Strive, Thrive. Together we thrive for change. We need a change here. Like she said, 7 years this has been going on. Families, pay cuts, this doesn't make any sense. Something has to be done. We will show up again, louder and stronger. We will not go away. This has been going on. The county's been losing these cases. We've been winning. This doesn't make any sense. We need change here. Change. Thank you.
Ms. Liu?
Good evening.
Talking about changes, homeless people definitely knows a lot about when there's no changes. Last time when I came here, I showed you the changes in our newest establishment after the renovation. And I told you, I sincerely feel that renovation make me feel that Rocket Mortgage Field House is like a home for homeless people. However, Ms. Brown and other people ask me questions, so I would like to get that clear. When they say open house, lots of exciting spots we would like to see, general public would love to see. For example, Cavalier's locker room, it's listed on this map, but we couldn't see it. Of course, Founders level, the whole level is closed. Even their practice court actually was under construction at the moment, so we couldn't see. So if you say that's a full house, that's not actually completely a full house. That was part of it. And the photos you receive, I only show you certain things. But overall, the reason I made that comments is because now the improvement, the changes, when you go out of your section, you definitely can find something to eat. Even they are very expensive. Even Mr. Tuma couldn't afford anything. He did not know, he didn't anticipate that situation. He thought it was like the good old times, like Mr. Strong definitely will remember very well. That's why he only had a $5 cash in his pocket. He couldn't even get a bottle of water. That was the thing. So now, let's talk about the changes. The renovation, make sure that now, if you go out to your section, doesn't matter which event you come for, you will find concession stand to eat. But can you afford? That's a different issue. However, now no water fountains I could find in all the levels general public were allowed at that time when we went into for the open house event. So if you think about making that one less water fountain, one for people with an average height and one for somebody like me, then how come you can check in the photos, you may still have it, then how come you make the restroom so difficult to use, even their own workers, they are complaining, saying they witness the construction people taking out all the good stuff, which is ADA compliant items, and put in the ones not. For example, the basin, the sink, which was designed for people using wheelchair, so they could wash their hands after using the restroom. It was lower, wider, with a curve, so you can put in your wheelchair. That's why I show you the corresponding photos with what it looks like now in all the restrooms I went into, and also in another establishment of Mr. Gilbert's. And that was the reason why I said, changes, we definitely need them, but unfortunately, they cannot come as fast as we want. However, if we start making efforts on it, we will all lose. So please, help all of us. I remember you guys as all our heroes, but we are racing with the time. Nobody wants to be homeless. Thank you.
Madam Clerk, anybody else?
No, Mr. Britt.
All right, thank you. All right, I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes as printed on the agenda.
So move.
Second. Moved and seconded. Approving the minutes for October the 7th, 2019 Committee of the Whole, October the 8th, 2019 Committee of the Whole, October the 8th, 2000 regular meeting, October the 15th Committee of the Whole, and the October 17th Committee of the Whole. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it. The minutes are approved. Is there a message from the County Executive?
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. I would like to tell you for a moment about my weekend. I spent all day Friday in Judge Polster's federal court with attorneys general from all over the country, mayors, commissioners, and lots of lawyers. The primary focus of the meeting was to discuss the possibility of a global settlement of all the 2,300 plus opioid cases. 4 attorneys general had said that they had reached a global settlement with the defendants. The main terms were to pay $18 billion over 18 years. 15% was to go to cities and counties, 15% was to go to the states, and 70% was to go into an undefined fund. While the 4 attorneys general had said that they had the support of all the attorneys generals from all over the country, that may not have been the case. For example, Attorney General Yost raised some significant questions, and his questions suggest that he may not have agreed with the settlement. And the cities and counties, which are represented by a committee, rejected the proposal, saying it was too little money and over too long a period. After the global settlement fell apart Friday evening, we stayed around with the defendants and talked about a settlement just of the Cuyahoga and Summit cases. But that too was unsuccessful. So as of Friday night at about 7:30, it looked like we were going to trial on Monday. And we were ready. Our lawyers were excellent and well prepared. You should have seen the war room that they had set up over at the old post office. It was very impressive, filled with lawyers and staff working all hours of the days and nights. And our regular attorneys brought in a lawyer named Mark Lanier, who's reputed to be one of the best trial lawyers in the country. And late Sunday night, early Monday morning, our cases did settle after continuing conversations occurred over the weekend. In case you missed it, we and Summit together will receive $235 million of cash, all but $20 million right away. And we'll get $20 million of product to use within 3 years. Those amounts will be split between the two counties and reduced by attorney's fees, so the actual amount we get will be somewhat less. Still, this is an excellent settlement for us. And please keep in mind that had we gone to trial, and even if we had won, we likely wouldn't have seen any money for years while the case was appealed. And I note that the case is not over yet. We still have our case pending against other defendants, including CVS, Discount Drug Mart, Walgreens, and others. That trial is likely to be set for early next year. There are lots of people to thank for this result. Most important is Judge Polster, who kept these cases moving. President Dan Brady and Prosecutor Mike O'Malley both played very important roles in all of this. Our outside lawyers, Frank Gallucci and Hunter Skolnick, led the way, and they all did a great job. Now, this settlement should give us the resources that we can truly make a difference for addicted individuals in the county. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Executive. Legislation introduced by council. Could I have a consideration of a resolution of council, first reading and adoption under suspension of the rules? Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2019-0233, appointing Monica Houston upon her taking the oath of office to serve as Director of Internal Auditing of Cuyahoga County for an unexpired term ending June 30, 2020.
Move to adopt. Then moved and seconded. This item was discussed in executive session. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. Consideration of a resolution of council for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution number 2019-0234, adopting various changes to the Cuyahoga County non-bargaining classification plan.
To HR. Consideration of a resolution of council for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2019-0212, adopting various changes to the Cuyahoga County non-bargaining classification plan.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. Legislation is adopted. Consideration of an ordinance of council for first reading referral to committee.
Ordinance number 2019-0011, enacting Chapter 725 of the Cuyahoga County Code to establish an opioid mitigation fund for the purpose of collecting and expending all funds received as part of any action related to the matter of in re National Prescription Opiate Litigation, United States District Court, Northern District of Ohio, Eastern Division, case number 12017 MD 02804.
Referred to finance. Legislation introduced by the executive. Consideration of resolutions for first reading adoption under suspension of the rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2019-0235, amending the 2018-2019 biennial operating budget for 2019 by providing for additional fiscal appropriations for appropriation transfers and for cash transfers, amending resolution number 2019-0222 dated October 8, 2019 to reconcile appropriations for 2019.
Move to adopt. Mr. President, my colleagues, this is the regular bi-monthly agenda of amendments to the 2018 to 19 biennial budget. Questions were directed to OBM and the answers are at your station. Most items are for routine appropriations of grant funds and transfers of appropriations or cash between accounts. 2 items deserve special mention. The appropriation is included for the $2.9 million change order for Infor Public Sector for the ERP, which is also the subject of separate legislation today for the contract amendment itself. Also, $140,000 is appropriated in the prosecutor's office for outside counsel for a wrongful death case in DCFS. I recommend passage on first reading suspension.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted.
Resolution number 2019-0236, approving a collective bargaining agreement between Cuyahoga County and Laborers International Union of North America, Local 860, representing 3 separate bargaining units, including approximately 165 employees in various classifications at the Office of the Fiscal Officer, approximately 10 employees in various classifications at the Cuyahoga County Board of Revision, and approximately 30 employees in various classifications at the Office of the County Treasurer for the period January 1, 2019 through December 31, 2021, directing that funds necessary to implement the collective bargaining agreement be budgeted and appropriated.
To adopt.
Second.
Any discussion? This was under discussion in the executive session. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Consideration of resolutions for first reading and referral to committee.
Resolution number 2019-0237, confirming the county executive's reappointment of various individuals to serve on the Cuyahoga County Archives Advisory Commission for the term December 1, 2019 through November 30, 2023 is printed on the agenda.
Refer to HR.
Resolution number 2019-0238, authorizing a contract with Johnson Controlled Security Systems in the amount not to exceed $1,395,016.20 for preventative HVAC and fire alarm security system maintenance services at various county buildings for the period October 1, 2019 through September 30, 2022.
Refer to Public Works.
Resolution number 2019-0239, authorizing the county executive to accept dedication of land for a portion of Warrensville Center Road in connection with permanent parcel number 736-28059, located in the city of Shaker Heights as a public street.
Public Works.
Resolution number 2019-0240, authorizing the Director of Public Works to execute and submit a loan application in the amount of $200,700 to Ohio Water Development Authority to finance a portion of the Egbert Road Force Main project in the Village of Walton Hills for the period February 1, 2019 through December 31, 2019.
Public Works.
Resolution number 2019-0241, authorizing the appropriation of real property for replacement of Memphis Road Bridge number 00.62 over CSXT Railroad in the city of Brooklyn, directing the county executive through the Department of Public Works to proceed with the acquisition of real property required for public highway purposes, authorizing the fiscal officer to issue the monetary warrants to be deposited with the probate court of Cuyahoga County in an amount that is equal to the fair market value of the property.
Public Works.
Resolution number 2019-0242, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1400-358 with Gemalto Cogent Incorporated, formerly known as 3M Cogent Incorporated for hardware and software maintenance on the automated fingerprint identification system for the period July 1, 2014 through June 30, 2019, to extend the time period to December 31, 2020, to change the scope of services effective July 1, 2019, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $599,755.46.
Refer to Public Safety.
Resolution number 2019-0243, making an award on requisition number 45502 to the James B. Oswald Company in the amount not to exceed $834,650 for professional employee benefits consultant services for the period October 15, 2019 through April 15, 2023.
Refer to Human Resources. Committee reports and consideration of resolutions for second reading.
Resolution number 2019-0226, making awards on various requisitions to various providers in the total amount not to exceed $2,400,000 for various supplies for the period January 1, 2020 through December 31, 2021, as printed on the agenda.
We'll move to the November 12th, 2019 council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
On page 7, item number 2 is Resolution 2019-0229, authorizing various revenue-generating agreements with various providers for lease of space at various adult activity centers for the period January 1, 2020 through December 31, 2022, as printed on the agenda.
We'll also move to the November 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption.
At the bottom of page 8, item number 3, resolution number 2019-0232, making an award on requisition number 45672 to Lutheran Metropolitan Ministry in the amount not to exceed $1,210,750 for adult guardianship services for the period January 1, 2020 through December 31, 2021.
And this resolution will also move to the November 12th council agenda for consideration for third reading adoption. Committee reports, consideration of resolutions for second reading adoption under suspension of rules. Could I have a motion to suspend the rules?
Mr. President, I move to suspend the rules.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed. Ayes have it. The rules are suspended.
Resolution number 2019-0227, authorizing an amendment to contract number CE 1600274 with Infor Public Sector Incorporated for information technology services and solutions for the Enterprise Resource Planning System for the period October 27, 2016 through October 26, 2021, to change the scope of services effective January 1, 2019, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $2,963,462.
Move to adopt. Mr. President and my colleagues, this resolution is the $2,963,000 change order for Infor Public Sector for the ERP project. The change order reduces the scope of the core installation while adding additional funding. The main reason for the additional funding is that the planned final go-live date was extended 3 months from January 1, 2020 to April 1st, 2020. And the delay in some of the individual components is longer than that. Several components planned for the initial installation have been moved to a second phase that will take place during the last 3 quarters of 2020. The deferral of portions of the initial design will increase the cost of the total installation by about $1.4 million because county staff and contractors will be working on the project over a longer length of time. However, this scheduling gives the administration a shot at going live on all of the most essential installations on April 1st, 2020, just over 5 months from now. The projected total installation cost is now $32 million for the core installation and $34 million for the core installation plus Phase 2, which together comprise the original design, compared to an original estimate of $21 to $25 million. While this has been a long and difficult road, I believe that we will complete the installation and derive considerable operational benefits. The resolution unanimously passed the Finance and Budgeting Committee. However, committee members had serious reservations. I recommend passage on second reading suspension to move this project forward.
Any discussion or comment? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Registered Councilman Gallagher's objection or opposition. Legislation is adopted.
Resolution number 2019-0230, authorizing an amendment to a master contract with various providers for out-of-home placement and foster care services for the period January 1, 2018 through December 31, 2019, to extend the time period to December 31, 2020, to authorize an exemption with regard to Ann Grady Services, Sequel, Pomegranate Health Systems, and the Buckeye Ranch Incorporated, in accordance with Cuyahoga County Code, Section 501.12B10, to remove various providers, to add various new providers, and for additional funds in the total amount not to exceed $73,311,418.
To adopt.
Second.
There were 2 facilities removed from this contract due to not passing the state licensing, and 3 new providers were added. So I ask we support this contract and moving forward.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Moving to the bottom of page 11, item number 3, resolution number 2019-0231, authorizing an amendment to master contract with various municipalities and providers for various services for the Community Social Services Program for the period January 1, 2019 through December 31, 2019, to extend the time period to December 31, 2020, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $1,953,105.
Adopt. This contract assists our seniors with transportation needs, adult development for 26, as well as meals for 26 senior centers across Cuyahoga County. I recommend passage for this contract.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.
Moving to page 13.
Consideration of resolutions for third reading adoption.
Resolution number 2019-0194, authorizing an agreement with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum Incorporated, effective January 1, 2020, to distribute from the county's general fund an amount equal to 40% of the 1% increase in the excise tax on hotel lodging transactions for transient guests in Cuyahoga County pursuant to Chapter 724 of the Cuyahoga County Code, commencing with the 2020 receipts and moving forward on a quarterly basis, subject to the provisions contained in said agreement.
Move to adopt. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. Good. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. I'm just going to put a comment on that. I really appreciate that Council President Brady stood up and was supportive of this. This was a result of the bed tax going in place and the reduction that the Destination Cleveland had to funding for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Their commitment is to support Rock and Roll Fame induction ceremonies every other year. And I know that one of my colleagues has a clawback provision in the event that that does not take place. So that's the first time we put that into legislation. But the important thing is this frees up money from Destination Cleveland going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that they can now use on such good works as the things that they brought here to activities like the NFL draft. Thank you. Thank you to Mr. Brady. And I know that County Executive Budish was also supportive of this.
Thank you. All right.
Resolution number 2019-0206, authorizing an Economic Development Fund Business Growth and Attraction Loan in the amount not to exceed $2 million to Redwood Corporate One for the benefit of the Redwood Living Incorporated Headquarters Project to be located at 7007 East Pleasant Valley Road in the City of Independence.
Adopt.
Second.
This is an exciting economic development project in that there are going to be a number of high salary jobs coming into the Independence area. They're going to put their corporate headquarters in Independence, and it's for development of tract communities throughout the country. And so this is where it's going to be headquartered, right here in Cuyahoga County, and I ask for my colleagues to support it.
In favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. Miscellaneous committee reports, starting down here.
So Education, Environment, Sustainability will be meeting Wednesday, October 30th at 3 p.m. to review Workforce Development Educational Assistant Fund component of our legislation. And also I'm joining up with Councilwoman Conwell at 2 o'clock that day for a joint meeting with HHS to hear a presentation from Milestone on Autism.
Council President, due to the Committee of the Whole, the Human Resources Appointment and Equity Committee meeting will be held on November the 4th, Monday, November the 4th at 10 a.m. That is not our regularly scheduled time, so I would ask respectfully that the committee members make a note. All right, thank you.
A lot of shuffling around due to the budget hearings. Councilwoman.
Community Development will not meet.
Okay. HHS, Wednesday, 10:30. On October 30th at 1 o'clock, we have a presentation, and then 2 o'clock, joint Miles Store autism presentation.
Safety, I'll get back to you when I find out.
Public Works will meet at its regularly scheduled time next week.
Mr. President, my colleagues, the Committee of the Whole will continue our work on the 20 to 21 budget, and I would like to thank everybody for their diligence and patience through this process. We will meet on Monday, October 28th from 1 to 5, and on Tuesday, October 29th from 9 a.m. to noon, and on Tuesday, November 12th from 3 to 5. In addition, the Finance and Budget Committee will meet on Monday, November 4th at 1 p.m. to discuss the opiate settlement fund legislation that was introduced today. Thank you.
All right, any miscellaneous business before the council? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned.